KVAQ TV is brought to you in part by the Interdisciplinary Programs and Community Engagement. One of UTRGV's newest degrees is the BA in Human Dimensions of Organizations. The HDO makes liberal arts work for you. It teaches students to use the humanities and social behavioral sciences to understand workplace interactions and how organizations can best serve their employees, customers, and clients. The introductory course, HDOS 2301, will be offered in the fall of 2024 and fulfills core curriculum requirements. If you think education should work for you, then visit utrgv.com/HDO and register for HDOS 2301.
Coming up, information on Senate Bill 4, a civil rights attorney tells attendees what they need to know. Plus, a delay in water deliveries between the US and Mexico, and how Valley farmers are dealing with the effects. And TikTok users express interest in a third option for the general elections. KVAQ TV starts now. Hey vaqueros, welcome back. This is the 11th spring edition of KVAQ TV. I'm Jared Palomares. Today is Monday, April 1st, and at the top of the newscast. Last Tuesday, the Texas Civil Rights Project conducted an informative session about Senate Bill 4 at the Brownsville campus. The next day, a federal appeals court extended the block on SB 4 in a 2-1 decision, while the legal case continues. Monica Chavez with the details.
The 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals blocked Senate Bill 4 shortly after the Supreme Court permitted its enforcement, leaving the future of immigrants uncertain. The Texas Civil Rights Project aims to educate Hispanic communities on how to respond during police encounters for reasonable suspicion of entering the country illegally. Humanitarian Outreach Coordinator Denise Molina says one of the most important things to remember is the Fifth Amendment.
Regardless of your citizenship status, under the Constitution, you have the right to remain silent and continually reinforce that right if you're being subjected to any arrest, any prosecution, in general, to any crime.
Texas Civil Rights Project attorney Aaron Thorne warns that under SB 4, refusing to comply with a return order can lead to a second-degree felony charge in Texas, carrying a prison sentence of 2 to 20 years. Thorne says it is very important for the community to be aware of the right to a lawyer if detained.
It is critical before you take one of these orders to return that you talk to a lawyer, including an immigration lawyer, because regardless of what the state does, even if the state is illegally deporting you, immigration law depends really, really heavily on somebody maintaining physical presence in the United States.
Civil engineer senior David Castillo shares his thoughts on SB 4.
It makes people look like they only have one personality trait, like if they're only Hispanic or Latin, when the people can be so much more, and well, it's wrong to profile them.
The Fifth Circuit is expected to review SB 4's legality and constitutionality on Wednesday. Visit txcivilrights.org for updates on SB 4. For KVAQ TV in Brownsville, Monica Chavez.
The Valley's water shortage is impacting the agricultural scene severely. Local farmers and companies are concerned about the repercussions. Our reporter Alexandra Salazar tells us what is causing this water shortage.
The 1944 water treaty between the U.S. and Mexico states that Mexico is expected to deliver 1.75 million feet acres of water to the U.S. within 5-year cycles. Currently, we are now in year 4 of the cycle, and Mexico owes the U.S. more than 750,000 feet acre of water.
Less water, less profit. According to International Boundary and Water Commission, Commissioner Maria Elena Giner, the cause of the valley's water shortage is because of Mexico's delay of water deliveries during the current 5-year cycle. Giner adds that it is likely Mexico will not be able to meet the treaty requirements when the cycle ends, which will be in 2025. This impacts the valley's irrigation districts, where their storage is less than half of their water right. President of Val Verde Vegetable Company, Frank Schuster, explains how his farms are responding to the situation.
Like I say, our river farm is 700 acres. We've only been able to farm about 70 acres this past year, and that's because we were able to purchase water 2 years ago. But now we do not have sufficient water to plant a crop this fall.
Schuster also says Because he does not know what his water status would be, planning of water usage is difficult to do. Despite Mexico being incompliant, Giner says there are no penalties in the treaty.
The consequences are merely diplomatic, and they do have the opportunity to carry over to another 5 years that deficit if there is a severe drought or extraordinary drought or a serious accident. We have not determined that yet.
As a side note, Schuster showed us these graphs to show the progress of Mexico's deliveries over the years.
That shows inflows into Mexico and how much they gave us. So this one that shows where we are this year versus past years where we started at a higher level.
In the meantime, Giner says there are short-term solutions or tools to help Mexico alleviate the deficit gap. The IBWC has authorization from the U.S. to sign a new agreement with Mexico, but are currently waiting with Mexico's permission, with no deadline. For KVAQ TV in Edinburgh, Alexandra Salazar.
TikTok has seen a rise in users advocating to vote for a third party in the next presidential election. Reporter Dathan Trevino with the details.
Third parties like the Green Party or the Party for Socialism and Liberation have seen a boost in support from multiple TikTok users, claiming that voting for them is the only way to save the election. Third-party candidates have been elected in governmental positions before, like independent Senator Bernie Sanders. However, as far as being elected for president, third-party candidates have never won. Political science associate professor Natasha Althema McNeely says having a third-party president is near impossible.
Our nation has rules in place that are very beneficial to the two dominant parties. These rules make it very difficult for third parties like the Green Party, like the Libertarian Party, to even get themselves on the ballot.
Some of these obstacles include earning an electoral vote. The last third-party candidate who earned an electoral vote was in 1968. One party gaining traction is the Green Party, a political party that advocates for social justice and environmental policies. Texas Railroad Commissioner Green Party candidate Eddie Espinoza speaks on why he believes TikTok has gravitated towards their cause.
I think the world is ready for a more inclusive international decision-making process that involves everybody.
Some TikTok users have directly named third-party candidates such as Cornel West, Claudia de la Cruz, and Jill Stein as potential options for the presidential election. Espinoza says the Green Party hopes to implement a ranked choice voting system, where you rank the candidates based on who you want to see win the most. For KVAQ TV in Edinburgh, Dathan Trevino.
Last Tuesday, the UTRGV community gathered to hold a celebration send-off for the chess team. The celebration happened in Brownsville at La Sala in the Student Union, with an opportunity to meet the team. The team, who has won 3 championship titles in 2018, 2019, and 2021, traveled to UT Dallas on March 30th, where they competed at the President's Cup Final Four chess tournament. The team traveling to the tournament included Grandmaster Victor Gazik, Grandmaster Gleb Dujin, International Master Irakli Baratzi, and International Master Sean Rodrigue Lemieux. UTRGV chess coach Bartik Majeya shares his thoughts as the team traveled to Dallas.
It will be a very difficult championship this year. All the teams are very strong. We made our own preparations, and definitely our students will do their best to show as good performance as only they can.
The team competed against University of Missouri, UT Dallas, and current champion Webster University. For the final result of the competition, visit its Facebook page at UTRGV Chess Team. La Unión del Pueblo Entero, el Museo de Historia del Sur de Texas y unos activistas locales platican sobre el poder del activismo dentro de la comunidad del Valle. Andrea Flores con más del tema.
La Unión del Pueblo Entero organizó su 21ª marcha anual en conmemoración al legado de César Chávez, donde la comunidad festejó su identidad chicana y alzó conciencia a temas como el activismo.
Cada año se presentan alrededor de 1,000 personas en la marcha de César Chávez para alzar la voz sobre cambios que la comunidad cree se merece, tales como brindar acceso de Internet a las colonias y destacar las raíces del valle. Previa directora ejecutiva de la Unión del Pueblo Entero y activista, Juanita Valdés Cox, conecta el activismo de la marcha con los esfuerzos y resultados de César Chávez. Valdés enfatiza la importancia de no quedarse callado cuando se presenta algún problema hacia las comunidades del valle.
Porque lo que pasa, sin reconocer los problemas de la comunidad, estás haciendo diciendo, eres parte del problema y no vas a ser parte de la solución. Tenemos que unir la educación con el trabajo de las comunidades. Por eso tenemos que luchar, como César Chávez y Dolores Huerta nos enseñaron.
Director ejecutivo del Museo de Historia del Sur de Texas, Francisco Guajardo, explica cómo el Valle de Texas se convirtió en punto de noticia por su activismo. Guajardo dice que uno de los eventos fundamentales para el movimiento fue la marcha de las Casitas Farm, donde se demostró el poder del pueblo y su legado.
En el verano de 1966, cuando esos trabajadores en la labor habían sido brutalmente golpeados, ellos se organizaron y dijeron que había que hacer una marcha hacia Austin. Ese fue el acto de activismo más importante del sur de Texas hasta hoy.
Estudiante posgrado en estudios mexicoamericanos en UTRGV, Taylor Siever de la Fuente es parte del proyecto Nosotrex por el Valle. El grupo se enfoca en convertir la historia del sur de Texas más accesible, elevando la identidad chicana con su exhibición itinerante y así conectando el pasado y el presente.
Lo que pasó hace 60 años todavía nos afecta hoy. Lo que pasó en el pasado sigue siendo relevante hoy y sigue impactando nuestras familias y comunidades.
Nosotrex como el Valle continuará presentando su exhibición en abril con una conferencia en UTRGV. Para KBAQ TV en Edinburgh, Andrea Flores.
Thank you for joining us. Make sure to watch us Monday through Friday on VCast monitors and social media. For KBAQ TV, I'm Jared Palomares. Have a great week, vaqueros.